Dodgers trade talks intensify, according to the Sporting News. Okay. It always seems like every time that we get the story from the Sporting News, it's always about moving Mookie from short to the outfield. So, of course, here's another one from the Sporting News. Dodgers trade talks intensify. Sporting News. They're talking and they're thinking the Dodgers need to make some things happen. And there it is. Dodgers could acquire a $33 million All-Star and blockbuster deal, moving Mookie Betts to the outfield. And who are they referring to? Who would they actually be referring to? Okay, here it is. Here's how the Sporting News makes sense of this one. Not only could they add him and make him play shortstop, well, they're talking about Bo Bichette, by the way, from the Jays. So they're talking about getting Bo from the Jays because he is a free agent next year. Not only could they add him and make them play shortstop, but the move could also send Mookie back to the outfield. All right, this is Gunahan wrote from the Sporting News. If the Dodgers were to add Betts to the outfield, Bichette in the middle of their lineup at short to ensure Michael Conforto isn't getting any at bats, this lineup could look much different. So Bichette is playing on a 3-year, $33 million deal. He'll be a free agent. Last season, the Blue Jays may not be able to afford him. I don't know how that Canadian dollar is doing, but they might not be able to afford him because they did commit a little bit of cash to Vlad Jr., $500 million to be exact. He's a two-time All-Star, led the American League in hitting twice. So does that trade make sense to you as a Dodger fan? Would you like to have a trade like that? Well, comment down below. Love to see that. While you're at it, subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. So I don't know. I feel like every single one of these articles is all about moving Mookie back to the outfield, being out there with Teo and Tommy Tanks out there. But now, as of recent, if you look at Mookie's batting average, and I'm just being the layman here, and I'm just throwing it out. Don't take it. Don't get. Oh, don't say that. Just listen. Hear me out. Mookie has not been playing the best offensive ball. Is that a reason because he's playing short? Would he be better at hitting if he was playing outfield? And now you can take that any way you want it, but his numbers aren't what they normally are. It's not down by a lot. We're not selling the ship, but could that be a reason? Could that be something that the Dodgers would actually consider? So I'm trying to look. I try to take a look at this stuff and go, okay, well, what's the logistics of something like that happening? And so I try to break it down the best I can. All right. So, do you think it makes sense? Love to hear the comments below. All right. Big news. Dodgers, of course, cut veteran Chris Taylor for the final season of the Utilities Man 4-year deal, $60 million contract. I think it's like 16 or 17 million this year. And not only that, $4 million is the option. They'll have to buy him out next year. So is a team going to pick him up? I mean, they needed to do this to bring Tommy Edman back off the IL, and that's what the Dodgers did just that. So how do you even go with that one right there? I mean, Chris Taylor, you look at what he has meant to the team over the years, and it's not. He was great when he first came in, but then again, it was not good after that. So you could look at it a few different ways. But I tell you right now, you got to think that maybe it's just that it was time to make it happen. And how did we get him? Well, Dodgers originally obtained Taylor in 2016 with the Mariners. They sent pitcher Zach Lee to the Pacific Northwest. Whereas Taylor enjoyed a successful 9-year run in L.A., Lee never appeared in the majors with the Mariners and hasn't pitched professionally since 2022. So that was a good deal at first. But like the Dodgers do sometimes, they go on a little too long. They hold on to him for a little too long. Or the contracts is probably just a year or two bigger than it should have been. And on this one with Chris Taylor, I don't know your thoughts on that one. But to me, I feel like it was bound to happen. Once Barnes was, gone, it was open season right there. And Conforto not producing. But one thing I don't understand is, shouldn't Kim be playing every day? I mean, that's just my thoughts there. Shouldn't there be a way to have Dalton Rushing playing every day? Because if these guys are just ready to bust out, wouldn't you want them in the lineup? Does it send a message to the other players? I don't know what the plan is here, but it just seems like they're not in as much as they should be. So let's look at yesterday, how it went. Shohei, what was he? 3 hits out of 5. Mookie, 0 for, did have a walk. Will Smith continuing to always get hits. I don't know what's going on with him. Freddie Freeman squeaked one out. Finally, Pajes had somewhat of a bad game, 0 for 4. Tommy Edmonds 0 for 4, coming off the IL. Kind of expected that. Gotta like what Kike's doing, man. Kike's been playing some ball. He's playing where he should be, and he's getting hits. He's getting long balls too as well. And Max Muncy came in for 1 pinch hit. Didn't get hit. But look, Max has had 3 or 4 decent games in a row. Conforto got a run, but once again, his batting average is dropping like a stone. Miggy Rowe didn't, attribute anything or contribute anything there. And Dalton Rushing coming in for just 1 at bat. And then Kim. Where's Kim? MIA. Why is Kim not in there? Why is there not a position? The dude can play anywhere, right? Why not put him to work, all right? Well, I don't understand. And every time I see when Roberts puts the lineup on, it's like, okay, well, shouldn't he be in there? Shouldn't we put Dalton in the outfield or something? I'm not understanding. Couldn't Dalton play where Conforto's playing? It just seems like the Dodgers aren't taking advantage of things they should be taking advantage of. And I feel like Roberts in the past would have done something like that. But, I don't know what the thinking is. I don't try to understand it, but there we go. So in Rue, Dodgers get swept by the Angels, which just absolutely sucks because you got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat. I've always said that. You've heard me always say that. And, I mean, losing 1 to the Angels, okay, you can deal with that. Losing 2, losing the series, but still managing 1. But losing all 3 to the Angels, Artie Moreno must be loving that one right there. Tony Gonsolin, what was up with the bloody knuckle yesterday? Is that a new pitch? I'm not sure, but the bloody knuckle, you could see when the TV kind of like zoomed in on it, you could see that the knuckle, just the blood off to the side of it. So he just had to keep wiping blood off the whole game. Like when that happened in the first inning, I thought he was being pulled out. I was like, not again. I mean, at least he managed to go 4 innings. He did walk 5, earned runs 4, did have 3 Ks. So glad he got 4 innings in. Lou Trevino, who the Dodgers picked up, I think, a few weeks ago. He went 2 innings, did walk 1, but 2 strikeouts, like what Lou brought to it. Banda, well, he gave us some clutch runs, 2 hits, 1 earned run. That was that home run. And Luis Garcia, too, as well. He gave up 2 hits and 1 earned run. So, I mean, only 4 guys out of there. So you look at that and you just hope that the Dodgers can rebound from being swept, just unbelievably swept by the Angels. It's not something you want to do. Well, they got 3 to go against the D-backs. That's at Dodger Stadium. And Knack is going to get the start tonight. Yamamoto will get the start tomorrow night. And then on Wednesday, it's going to be May. And hopefully Dodgers can right the ship and get it back in working order, because getting swept by the Angels as you go into facing the D-backs, which have not been playing well, but are a better team than the Angels, you got to hope the Dodgers get back on track and maybe some decisions get made and put some players in that haven't been playing as much. I mean, hey, we can only pray and we can only wish for things like that. Hey, that's Dodger Digest. I'm Brad J. Always thank you. Seriously, man, I can't thank you enough. I don't make $1 million doing this. I do it for the fun, but I appreciate you being part of it. Subscribe, like, turn on notifications. And let's get her done, man. Remember, as you go through the day, think Dodger Blue, and let's go Dodgers.